Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Madam Ilya. I am Nurul Husna and my other teammates are Hanissa, Hasbullah and Jackleyn Stanis. Today we are going to present about social media and mental health. So what is social media? Social media is a computer-based technology that enables the exchange of opinions, thoughts and knowledge through the creation of social networks and communities. By design, social media is internet-based and provides users with instant electronic communication of content. Although social media platforms are widely accessible, the rules of the road are not inherently intuitive. It's a current networking landscape with tremendous resources, but still a lot to learn and to experience. As a social media user, people are probably already using all the larger social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and others. Today, it is crucial to determine the impact of social media on the mental health. Social media can have a very positive or negative impact on society. How can social media influence on mental health? The rise of social media over the last decade has provided a completely new medium for social interaction. It has become such an important and almost inevitable part of our life. Although social media platforms may have its advantages, utilizing them so much will make you feel gradually depressed and lonely in the long run. People today share unverified and misleading facts. It also may affect on people's privacy and have negative effect on culture. Social networking may foster harmful feelings such as the inadequacy in existence or appearance. For example, the pictures you're seeing on social media are distorted. They will always make you feel insecure about how you sound, how you feel, and what's going on with your own life. Other than that, the fear of missing out has been around even longer than social networking, like Facebook and Instagram tend to intensify fear that people are getting more fun and leading better life than you are. The fear that you're losing out on certain stuff may have an effect on your self-esteem, cause anxiety, and encourage much deeper usage of social media. Fear of missing out or FOMO, pressure to pick up your smartphone every few seconds to search for alerts or compulsively react to each and every alert, even if that means taking risks while driving or sleeping out at night or prioritizing social media over real life relationship with other people. Therefore, approximately 10% of teenagers acknowledge being abused via social media, and several other consumers are exposed to negative remarks. Social media platforms such as Twitter can be hotspots for spreading rumors, lies, and abuses that can leave prolonged psychological wounds. And of course, posting a constant images and all of your innermost feelings on social media will build an unhealthy self-centeredness and separate you from real life relationship with other people in this society.
The rise of social media has meant we are more connected as a global population than we have ever been in the history of time. But our reliance on social media can have a detrimental impact on our mental health, such as with you checking your phone more than 20 times a day on average. While social media site can benefit people who using it, but with the using them too much can make you feel increasingly depressed and sad over the long term. With a beautiful filter picture on Instagram is bound to knock on the self-esteem of many people, while obsessively updating your Twitter feed just before bed may lead to poor sleep quality. In this video, we will discuss sixth way in which social media can affect your mental health in negative way without you even realizing it. First, self-esteem. Social media may promote negative experience such as inadequacy about your life or appearance. Even if you know that images you are viewing on social media are manipulated, they can still make you feel insecure about how you look or what's going on with your own life. Second, human connection. With social media as popular as it today, it's becoming more clear the effect it has on our ability to hold a real connection. But more importantly, our desire to seek real-life connection. The digital world and social media has allowed us to feel and express our emotion in a way that relieves us from having to do so in a person. Third, our memory. Social media can be nice to look back on memories with fondness and remember how past things happened. But it can also distort the way you recall certain memory from your life. Many of us are guilty of spending far too much time trying to take the flawless shot of a visual marvel, not observing the experience of witnessing it with your own two eyes. Fourth, quality sleep. Excessively use of computer and cell phones can severely disrupt the sleeping pattern of children and teens. Fifth, attention span. Rapidly attention shift can result leading to distraction. When the need for action and concern are still warranted with serious issues like a mass shooting, wars, and human rights violation, the speed at which people move on to the next high of a dramatic new flash and forget the last one is becoming disturbingly quick. And the last one, mental health. Technology that designed to bring people closer together, spending too much time engaging with social media can actually make you feel more lonely and isolated. The mental health problems such as anxiety and depression.
Greetings to Madam Ilya, I'm Jackleyn Stanis and hello from Borneo. So now we move on to the in relation to the bad impact that brings by social media. So here I'm going to share on how we're going to minimize the negative impacts which is bring by the social media that we engage in our daily life. So the first thing, how we going to reduce or minimize the negative impact that brings by social media that we engage in our daily life is, this is based on the research by staff in 2018. What we can do to reduce the bad impact is by lessen the time that we spend on our gadget in every day. By this, there are few tricks that I'm going to share that can help us to reduce the time that we spend on gadget, which is the first thing is that we can by moving our social applications off from our home screen phone. The second one is that we can turn our gadget in a silent mode and taking a break from keep on checking our account via social media such as Instagram, Twitter, and also Facebook. So based on what I've shared just now, these are the very basic one, which is it is depends on ourselves, on how strong we are to control ourselves from spending too much of our time on screen per day. So we move on to the second method, under the parents' role. This is the another way on how we're going to reduce or lessen the bad impact that brought by the social media that we engage in our daily life. So parents' role in monitoring and control their children activities on social media is one of the crucial actions in order to mitigate the negative impact of social media. The reason why this must be taken seriously by parents out there is that we can view, I'm going to share the example that being in the research done by this professor named Dr. Tang Xiuming, which is in his article entitled The Impact of Social Networking Apps on Malaysian Secondary School Students, which is related to attitudes, behaviors, and also the risk. So, in the article that cited by Professor Dr. Tang Xiuming, which is he cited from the Shriver report in 2014, there are 3 top popular applications that are very famous among the youth, which are the Twitter, Instagram, and also the Snapchat. All parents out there should be aware on the negative impact that will be caused by this application, which I have mentioned just now, when it is being used by their children. In the research stated that Twitter is mostly used by teenagers nowadays, as these applications can share quick tidbits about its user life with friends and keep abreast of the latest updates. Due to this, each parent out there must be aware that Twitter is a public tweet and are very norm for the teenagers nowadays. Through these apps, which is Twitter, its updates are appeared immediately, and it is a promotional tool that are used by most of the celebrity in the world. Meanwhile, Instagram application is mostly used because it is said that this application can unite most famous features of social media sites. Besides, through this application, which is Instagram, its users can apply. Why is it popular among the teenagers nowadays? Because it have fun filters and effects on the application's photos. So for parents' information regarding this Instagram, it is proven in the report by Shriver in 2014. Through this application, teenagers are mostly looking for the numbers of like that they get for their posting, for every posting that they post via their Instagram account. So the public photo is the default, which means anyone can see the photos on our Instagram profile, and mature content can slip into this application too. So that is why parents out there have to be aware on controlling their children's activities while during their time, leisure time on this application. So the third most popular application, which is Snapchat, this application is mostly used as it is a way for the teenagers to share fun, which is light moments, by not risking them to go outside the public. So it is only via the application itself. So this application can use sending goofy or embarrassing photos to one another. So through this application too, it is more faster than email or text when its users sending and load. But parents have to be aware on their children who are using this application, as many schools nowadays they wanted to block this application because this application have the tendency on making this application making the setting look okay, which is nothing wrong with it. So that is why parents have to be aware that this application might bring harm to their children. In short, under this parents' role, parents out there have to aware on the trending applications that mostly used by the young generations nowadays, because if the parents out there aware about this, they can reduce the negative impact that will be caused by the social media itself, as it is saying that prevention is better than cure. So it is better to start monitoring your children's activities when they go online before it is too late to do so. Last but not least, this is another way on how we're going to mitigate the bad impact that caused by while we are going online via social media. Through we as the users of social media, we have to set up a positive mindset while we are going online, because as stated by staff in 2018, we can go online via any social media platform in a safe way if we use it in a positive way. So how we going to train ourselves on using the social media in a positive way? So firstly, what we can do is that we have to always be mindful and intentional when we are using social media. For instance, we must be very picky when we are choosing people on who we going to follow up in the social media. People who we followed at the first place, but then if that person make us feel uncomfortable, we have the right to simply unfollow them, as we must be aware that our peace of mind is more important than keeping the toxic social media friends. So in addition, to keep our social media account more secure, we better set up our account in private. Other than that, if we are being cyberbullied while we are going online, this is according to Grove in 2019, we must try to not respond or retaliate on it. If we cannot endure with that, try to speak to someone that we trust. And besides, we also can block the bully and report the behavior of that person to the social media platform. If the situation falls under crime action, do not be afraid to make a police report. So to sum up what have been shared by the three of us, all of us have to be aware that there will always pros and cons of something that we are engaged in, especially when we are using the social media in our daily life. We are very sure that everyone is aware that social media plays an important role in this technology era, as we are doing our work via online, and when we are searching for entertainment, we also find it via online. So by saying this, we must always have a self-defense on how to keep ourselves safe while using any platform of social media. So no matter what social media that we are actively use, our own safety is always number one. As what the three of us mentioned in our report, mental health is one of the risky parts that can be ruined by social media. It will be worse if we as the users of social media are not aware about the bad impact that will be bring by the social media itself. Under the scope of mental health, social media will absolutely be affecting our whole body system, as if we cannot control our time on facing screen, it will totally ruin our sleep time, and this lead to health issue. Hopefully, by what have been shared by the three of us from the research that we found in some articles, we hope that all of us can mitigate the negative impact that caused by social media, as if we are lack on self-awareness on the negativity, the bad impact that happened to us is what we saw from our own action. So we have to be aware while we are going online. That's all from us. Thank you.